All right, round 5 of the league. We are 3-1 right now. And this hand is a little bit duty. I'm going to mulligan. I want something better than 5 lands. That's a little better. And we'll just pass here. I'm going to go up to Aether Vial on 2 and then leave it there. Harbinger of the Tides is better against Splinter Twin than Merfolk Trickster is. That's why I ran the Trickster out. Right, land would be swell. Another Aether Vial is not the best. What to do? I'm going to put other Aether Vial in play and just hold up more instant speed cards. Our opponent now has Deceiver Exarch mana available. And they have Snapcaster Bolt. Alright. This is going quite well for our opponent. Well, now I'm going to run up on both of these. Okay, there's their 4th land. We untap with Reejerey. Let's see. This one I will use. This one I'm going to leave on 3. Cavern of Souls. Well, the thing is, I don't even want to bounce Snapcaster Mage with Harbinger. I can't save my own creature. Alright. We're just getting beat up pretty good here. Our opponent's grabbing a lot of shock lands. Makes me think they don't have Blood Moon in their main. Uh-oh, is this Tarmo Twin? I'm gonna just hold off on the Harbinger. See if we can get better value with it in the future. Gonna go no. And some gas would be good. That's not terrible. Opponent flashes in Deceiver Exarch. They could go for the win. But they can't stop me from using Harbinger. I've got 5 mana plus Violon too. I think I would have tapped Cavern of Souls if I were them. Okay. Well, they're still going to get... Yeah, so when they tap this, I'll bounce it. So this burns a Splinter Twin. Well, that's not how Remand works, but they do get to draw a card. Wait, no. Do they? Yeah, I think they still draw from Remand. Use the ability. So uh they get a tap on tap trigger here, but that's it. And now they can attack with Snapcaster Mage. And Deceiver Exarch because it has haste, duh. Alright, and now we are really kinda in trouble. But at least we got through a Splinter Twin. I wonder if they're playing like a full play set or if they just have like a couple Splinter Twins to be threatening, but not necessarily all in on it. Well, there's another island. I'm just gonna load up on this Mutavault and attack. Mutavault's doing a lot of emotional heavy lifting right now. Tie game. We'll leave this island in our hand to be ominous. Alright, they get Desolate Lighthouse. That's pretty good. Yes, put Master in play. Hopefully they're just out of stuff. They have the Exarch. Okay, well I've got Island Walk. So unless you have another Splinter Twin, I can still keep attacking. Oh, they're loaded up on the creatures. They only have one card in hand though. Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man. If we top deck a Lord, that still doesn't do it. But they're only attacking for 5. They loot and bin a mountain. I wonder why they left back Deceiver Exarch. 7. Well, that makes me think now next turn their plan is to hit me down to 4 or 3 and then bolt me. No. No. Master would be a good draw. Use the ability. Smashy, smashy. Yeah, because he has a free block with Deceiver Exarch, so there's no point in attacking with Master. That leaves me an extra ground blocker as well. Alright, they don't do anything on their end step, so they gotta draw something here. They loot, they still have Splinter Twin mana. They discard Misty and go to combat. We've dodged the Splinter Twin. They should probably attack with Pestermite. And we get there, wow. Splinter Twin deck, pretty much unbeatable. Red or green, that doesn't matter. We'll negate. Do I want Relic? or Chalice. I don't think I want Chalice. I think I'll try Relic. Alright, I don't have any anti-counter spells tech in this hand, but I'll keep it. It's a decent 7. I've got the Harbinger. Even though on the draw, this actually can't stop a turn for Splinter Twin. Opponent mulligans to 6. Nice, we get to lead off with the Benthic. And I actually like how that might draw out some removal. And we can also dig for an answer. I'm going to start by attacking for 1. And then I think I'll lead on this Silvergill. Silvergill just resolves, so they either don't have remand or they didn't want to spend it there. Opponent has Electrolyze, that's not good. At least Silvergill Adept drew a card. I'm just going to hold up Trickster. And I'm playing out all my blue in case I draw another blue. I can double spell next turn if needed. Although I have to hold up Harbinger right now. I'll attack because if they flash in a Deceiver Exarch, they should tap a land anyway. Alright, and we'll do the same play as last game. Well, this sucks. Alright. Yeah, I mean, probably should have just unloaded my hand because I was dead to that. Okay, they have Dispel mana up. And that's game. Alright, we'll try to win one on the play here. This hand's pretty good. So we got blown out last game by Electrolyze. But in general, I don't even think that's what the matchup's about. The matchup is about me sticking like 1 or 2 creatures that can attack and then not let die into Splinter Twin. So even if I'd had Benthic Biomancer up, I could have maybe dug 1 card deeper for a negate. But what do you want me to do? Would not play my 1-drop? I think what I did was fine. Alright, this hand does not have much interaction, actually. Merfolk, okay. Master. Hopefully we draw a land next turn. Maybe we can get a quick kill here if they don't have a bunch of lightning bolts. Oh, there's a lightning bolt. If I draw a land, I'll play the Reejerey because the opportunity to spend a lot of mana is good. Okay. Play another Lord. Let's see, what do they have for us? No bolt at the end step, that's good. Missing a land drop is very, very bad, though. And now there's absolutely nothing I can do if they've got creature into Splinter Twin. So I'm just gonna start smashing. The reason I didn't mulligan for any like hate is because all I really have, yeah, there's Deceiver Exarch. All I really have are two negates. So the odds of me finding it are pretty bad anyway. And then if they don't have Splinter Twin here, we can set up a big turn. Maybe. There's their fourth land. There's the Splinter Twin. Good games. All right, we're back for we're back for round number 5 with the fish people. Let's see. On the draw, this is a one-lander with two 1-drops, but then I also have 2 3-drops and a 4-drop, so I think I have to mulligan. All right, and that's basically the same hand with Aether Vial, so I'll keep it. Put back Marrow, done. It's really nice being able to F6 in this format. Oh no, he's back on Dredge. Is this the Dredge Menace? It is. Okay, well, it was a good league, guys. We probably will make top 4 with 9 match points. Hopefully our Dredge opponent over here is just struggling somehow. This deck pretty much just plays itself, and there's not much you can do, especially game 1. Now, we actually have a lot of play game 2. Yep. All right. I guess I'll keep going. Maybe I can put together a board. Did not catch it. I'm not going to play this out. All right. Catch it like a fish. Get it? Okay. Relic, Cage. I think Chalice is good for stopping the 1s. And Mist Caller. Do I want regular negate? Chalice is Chalice better than negate? Okay, and then I'm just gonna take out a random assortment of stuff. But I think I kind of like the Lords. For the reason you just saw, if we can get a board state of creatures of 4 toughness, then he can't attack unless he has attackers in the air. I kind of like Curse Catcher. What don't I like? Does Spreading Seas matter? I don't know if it does. I like Benthic. I can go hunting for a Chalice or a Cage or a Relic. I think I have too many non-threats in the deck now that I can take out Aether Vial. Wait, okay, well, but if I take out that, then this card gets way worse. So I'll take out 2 Harbingers. I need to take out 2 more cards. I guess I'll do Spreading Seas, Mirror Readery. Alright, let's see if my sideboard works. I built this sideboard to be anti-dredge. I even thought about making my main deck anti-graveyard. Okay. No sideboard cards, but otherwise pretty good. Is that enough? Sure. They tend to sideboard really aggressively into like Nature's Claim and Thoughtseize. So even if I open up with like a Grafdigger's Cage, they might just mold to an answer for it anyway. So this regular game could be good. That could also just be Cope. They went to 6. I would have preferred they go to like 1. All right. We're off to the races. I will counter a Faithless Looting. They immediately sack. Are they going to Thoughtseize here maybe? No, I'm still going to counter that. Faithless Looting, it's just Lightning Bolt. Okay. Drew our one remaining. No, not Wizard, Merfolk. Okay. Yeah, Merfolk. Nice. I'm going to try to mana screw them though. And Trickster's not a bad draw there either. It's not a good draw, but it's not a bad draw. Alright, we've taken them off black. Doesn't matter at all. They hit a chill, but they don't have any prized amalgams. That wasn't the best. Now they put the what's it called? The Stinkweed Imp into their graveyard, so we need to draw like Relic of Progenitus right now. Univault's not exactly that. Well, I'm gonna use all my mana. And then next turn, maybe we can put some pressure in play. They get to dredge with Imp here. Oh no, they returned Imp. Do they have any? No, they don't have any dredgers in their graveyard. Yeah, these Narcomoebas are the least threatening thing they have in their whole deck. So this isn't going that badly. Okay, we could set up potentially for a win on the turn after our next turn, I think. Mirror Regery reduces all of our blue pip creatures by 1 as soon as we cast one for the turn. What's the play here? 1, 2. I can cast both of my double blues with what I currently have. I go 1, 2, cast Lord of Atlantis, and then untap Island, and then I have Island, and I can play Cavern of Souls. So I could do that. I could get Merfolk, Trickster, and Lord of Atlantis into play. Is it better to put Mutavault into play, though? I don't think so. I think the best play here is to get our Devotion up and to get our actual creatures that don't have to pay for combat up. So I'm going to play the Cavern on Merfolk. Cast the Lord. I could also attack. Untap that. Yes, use the ability. I can also attack with Mutavault. So that's what I'm going to do. If they want to bolt my Mutavault, they can't. They could bolt one of my lords. I think they should have done that in response to one of these, though. Yes, use the ability. Trickster doesn't matter right now. And attack with the Mutavault. They could bolt Mirror Regery here, but that's not what they're about. We are not safe from Anger of the Gods, however, I don't think they would play that card. Alright. Surprise win there against Dredge. I wonder if they... I wasn't paying close attention, but did they need to leave? Did I not sideboard anything out? Wait, I thought I took Masters out. I guess I didn't. On the draw, I don't think I need that. I'll put back an Aether Vial. Game number 3. We've drawn our first hate piece of the match, but no lands. Oh my gosh. 2 hands in a row with no lands. Mulligan. Okay, guess we keep that. Lord of Atlantis, keep Lord Silvergill. I just want the most amount of draws to get out of this. Tap Stomping Ground. All right, that's a good start. Again, they play a lot of Nature's Claims. So we're probably just going to eat one of those immediately. Merfolk on Cavern of Souls. Grafdigger's Cage. I mean, Grafdigger's Cage isn't even the best card against them because they can still dredge, but it's better than the alternatives. Okay, they discard 2 dredge cards, so we'll see where they get going here. There's a chill and not much else. They did put 2 Faithless Loonies in the yard, but that's a little slow. Okay, what can we get here? Start with Silvergill. Reveal Silvergill. Hopefully we draw something good. All right, Elaine could have been worse. Or sorry, Aether Vial, I guess could have been. Nah, I don't want the Aether Vial. I'm kind of annoyed I put that back in my deck. I just thought on the draw I might need the help with the mana. But I do have a lot of air in my deck now that can't attack them. Opponent discards that Darkmoor Salvage and Golgari Thug again. Let's see what they dredge. They dredge 2 lands and then Looting Imp Dread Return. They can't cast Dread Return. They also put Lotleth Giant, Bloodghast. All right. So Grafdigger's Cage will put an end to that Narcomoeba and the Bloodghast trigger. Do they even have a land? They should. Yeah, they have the salvage, duh. But Bloodghast does not come back either, as far as I know. All right. Grafdigger's Cage put in some work here in the absence of a hate card. I wonder if they didn't bring in the Nature's Claims, thinking I didn't have a lot of artifacts, or what. Question here is, do I start lording them out, or do I keep drawing cards? I think the answer is keep drawing cards. I'll leave up my Cavern of Souls in case I draw a 1-mana Merfolk. Almost. I'll get the Aether Vial into play. Alright, for all my moaning and complaining in game 1, it is Dredge. They are a deck that you can just kneecap with the right cards, which hopefully is what happens here. Opponent taps 3 mana and casts a Stinkweed Imp, and I don't even care about these Silvergill Adepts. I have had situations where I couldn't attack into a Stinkweed Imp because it was their only dredger and I didn't want them to get going. However, I don't think that matters right now. They already have they have Golgari Thug, so they can already dredge. Dredge 5, man. That's so many. Well, that's really nice. I'm gonna get that in play. Mistcaller is just extra insurance against them killing this Grafdigger's Cage, and I won't be attacking with this into Stinkweed Imp. Do I want to attack with Mutavault? Should I donate a land to my opponent in exchange for their dredger? I think the answer is no. Because they want Stinkweed to die anyway. There we go. I may have said that Stinkweed has Death Touch earlier. That's not technically true, but you know what I mean. It has this ability where if it deals damage, it destroys the creature. Grafdigger's Cage does not stop creeping chill. Yeah, they can draw that imp every turn. It's a little bit disappointing. Until we get our one of our, what's it called, relics. Or until we put a chalice on 3. Make them sweat. Alright, got him. Do I save Trickster for a bigger turn, or do I go for it now? I think I go for it now. This gets a lot of damage through. Yes, Pearl. And next turn, if I draw a land, my mana is going to be spoken for with that Master of Waves. Okay, well, this game went pretty well. They can looting here to try to find a Nature's Claim to get going. There's another Stinkweed Imp. That's a lot of Death Touch blockers. But we have a lot of creatures if we draw our 4th land with the Master of Waves. I'm going to go upstairs with this in case I don't draw a land for the next several turns. Yes, use the ability. There's a land. Well, would have been nice to leave it on 2, but you know, if you don't know, then what can you do? Hopefully this is a scoop here. They need a kill spell for this that isn't red. And now I'm going to just send with... Nah, I think just with these 2 again. I don't want to lose my Lord. They have Dark Blast in their deck, so that's a reason not to lose my Lord, because Dark Blast could kill Master, and I'm also going to leave Mistcaller back, because that's an insurance policy. Not the most aggressive attack. Yeah, I lose both of my Merfolk. They can only get one of those back, so, you know, joke's on them. That was only a super 2 for 1. Instead of a 2 for 0. Alright, what does opponent have here? They can't cast anything from their graveyard. They could have an engineered explosives, but we have good... Alright, we did it. I finally beat Dredge. I think that's the first time in this whole format I've beaten the Dredge deck. It's nice when they don't have their sideboard hate. Alright, I assume I'm in the playoffs, so I will see you guys there. Alright, we're here in the top 4. I believe this is the Birthing Pod player. Unfortunately, I cannot keep this hand. Yeah, I guess. Maybe I should have kept Harbinger there as a, Yeah, I think I should have kept Harbinger. Oh well. Merfolk. The reason I should have kept Harbinger was I think this is the Birthing Pod player. We have full action. Once you get to the top 4 of these tournaments, it's open deck list, but we don't need that. Misty Reinforced. Never mind. I think this is the Sneak and Show player. In which case, Trickster is great. And I can't cast anything. Not actual Sneak and Show, but what's it called? You know what I mean. Through the Breach. Hopefully we draw an island here. Ooh, yeah. Alright, well, I'm just going to get started with this bear. Merfolk Wizard. with no abilities in this context. And I don't think this is the Splinter Twin player. Flame Slash. Maybe it is. I don't know. I think I would rather hit land drops than put another 2/2 in play for them to pick off. Oh no. And what stinks about that is that was like the only thing they're ever going to hit in our deck too, because I have this Cavern of Souls. Okay, opponent has 4 mana, which they could use here. They could have Seething Song through the Breach, Emrakul on my end step. They don't have it. And now they start hand sculpting. That's fine. I'm going to leave up Trickster though, because Trickster could actually save us from an Emrakul. Alright, and now we've just entered the grind mode. We have to look for little advantages. Again, I'm not playing anything because Emrakul kills me on the spot. If I get one more land, I can start flashing in these Harbingers. Oh, man. They electrolyze me. I can't remember if this is a Splinter Twin player or not. Electrolyze looks like a Splinter Twin card. Alright, because I have 2 Tricksters, I'm gonna fire one off. If I draw a land here, well, that's better than nothing, I suppose. This is the Splinter Twin player, okay. Alright. Alright, the opponent has won a mid-range game. I don't think I'm gonna make you watch all of that. Alright, game 2. Solid, that's a good start to game number 2. We'll mulligan that. That's another good start. I guess we'll go to 5 because I can't cast anything. Alright. We'll put back island, island, done. And opponent has kept 7. Man, these I don't want to complain too much, but I feel like most of my losses in this league have been due to just terrible mulligan luck. How many times have we gone to 5? It feels like a lot. And now the good news is this Silvergill Adept is safe from Spell Snare. I'll reveal the Lord because it's the least tricky. And I should have played a Lord there. I wasn't really thinking. Actually, because I don't have lands, I'm just going to cast the Harbinger. I don't think I'm ever going to play this thing for 4 mana. Yeah, that was a little better than getting our Lord Lightning Bolted. Well, See, the problem now is if they have Deceiver Exarch or Pestermite, I can't even hold up Merfolk Trickster. So now there's no reason not to just beat down. But I should spend that mana on the Lord that they know about. And that will increase our chance of winning this game from 1 to maybe 1.1%. Okay, we don't have subtlety, we don't have force of negation in this format, so we are just absolutely boned here. Unless the opponent also has nothing. But they have nothing with a 7-card hand versus our 5-card hand. And with the Jace the Mind Sculptor in play, our opponent totally has us. I will go ahead and concede. Good league. Thanks for watching. Join the format, or else.